Happening everyone, it's your boy here Abdurrahim. We're back again today with another great and amazing tech video. Well, the video today is all about my thoughts on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and even the Z Flip 7 and even the Watch 8. To be honest, the Z Fold 7 is such an amazing kind of phone and they minify throughout the body. Something which surprised me, it's all about how they managed to make that phone so slim. In fact, it looks like a Huawei, the foldable one, which folds so many times, like the sizing and all of that. Quite not bad, but I feel like Samsung, they did an amazing kind of stuff here, but they could have done it on the Z Fold 6. You might be saying, okay, Abdul, why they, yeah, I understand there's kind of minor stuff throughout the improvement realm on these kind of foldable phones. And the downside throughout foldable phones, I think, to my own kind of aspect, is all about the usage down the line. Now, sometimes some users, not sometimes, but some users, they say they spot sometimes the blackness on the folding and tragic stuff happens when the phone is just fell down a little bit. It just start to misbehave and all of that. It's kind of crazy because foldable phones, that's how they are. Even if you remember back in the days, the sliding phone, the flip phones, they had the kind of scenario whereby the flex cable usually just go crazy around. So it's something which I think Samsung have to take care most of the stuff throughout there. I understand each year they just have to roll out a brand new phone on the market because they just have to go with the innovation, how it goes. But still down the line, I think Samsung, they're supposed to see how this kind of stuff going on instead of putting much pressure on copy pasting others' homeworks. They could just try much better throughout the realm, which I understand throughout it. It's gonna be a little bit kind of crazy, but giving us these kind of foldable phones each year, I don't think is an ideal stuff. Instead of seeing how the leap it is, I understand that the technology rises and all of that. But my thoughts on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, it's good. It's good, to be honest. I like the way they kept the new form factor, their new colors, but the pricing is a little bit kind of expensive compared to the Z Fold 6. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. And yeah, jumping out through the Z Flip 7. Now the Z Flip 7, I like it, to be honest. That's the phone. To be honest, I've never liked any foldable phones, but I think the Z Flip 7 captured me because I like the full kind of screen when it's folded, and when it's unfolded, I like it the way it is. Maybe they improved throughout the design, or they improved throughout the mechanism until I put my hands on it, so as I can give it the full details throughout this kind of device. But overall, throughout my kind of aspects, I think the Z Flip 7, they nailed it. Both the specs, both the phone, it's like the Razr. You know, Motorola Razr foldable, so they try going fully just like that. It's really nice. Jumping on the watch. Now this is not a Watch 8, this is just my TicWatch, but for the references, the Watch 8 seems to be really great. It's like they copied the Watch Ultra from them, the whole body, and they try to redesign on the Watch 8 instead of having the same watch kind of classic, the layout and all of that. Because of more minimalistic, I can say, on the design, I find like the watch, it is good. The flow throughout the Watch Ultra of Samsung just reflected the whole design of the Watch 8, which is actually really good because they just wanted something a little bit different throughout the realm of smartwatches. But speaking about the smartwatches from Samsung, I find this kind of watch has more features compared to the other watch which has come throughout the past. My down the line is the battery. You know, when it comes to smartwatches, the only downside is how they can manage on the battery side. That's the only kind of crazy scenario throughout there. But overall, throughout the devices, the watches and all of that, it's such an amazing innovation, to be honest, and something which is new, a little bit more modified. It's not that much new because the foldable phones have been existed for a while, but throughout some new kind of improvement on the phone, I find it's really nice. And the only downside I feel, will you be able to upgrade if you're using the Fold 6 and Fold 7? Definitely, if you bought a Fold 6 like couple of past year, you just have to upgrade. You know why? because anything might happen in that fold and it just goes crazy. And when it goes crazy, if you love foldable phones, you need to grab another foldable phones. That's kind of a deal whereby you find yourself signed into foldable phones, the ecosystem. Kind of flowing throughout there, you feel me? But overall, it's such an amazing throughout Samsung what they did. And these are my final thoughts. I think if you never used any foldable phone and this is your first time, it's worth it to try it out. But on the foldable realms, there are lots of devices that are coming out throughout that kind of realm. I saw even Tecno is coming with his own kind of foldable phone. Surprised me, and I was like, oh, you guys are coming up with something different. It's kind of crazy, but a lot of brands, they're jumping on it. I believe Apple too will be jumping throughout foldable phones. Well, let's hope for the future how it's gonna be, but I think they might be just wanting to jump on the foldable phones. So that's my final thoughts throughout this kind of videos today. Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking throughout foldable phones. And another kind of stuff, you're new here, consider subscribing to your homeboy here, and I'll be catching you guys on the next tech video. So let's stay sharp and creative. Kudos guys, and peace. Let me get my coffee, man.